Alon, Wasalon, you with the nasty pastor, and I'm back with another chapter read from our stolen legacy. You know, I just say this to you, you know what I mean? The Ten Commandments says that we don't even supposed to steal, but our legacy been stolen, right? Look. Before we get this started, I'm going to ask the demiurge to always allow our culture to be taken into another culture. You understand me? You know, I rub these books of truth, of my understanding, of my ancestors, because I want to feel them. You understand me? I want to feel them. I know that their soul is in here. Their life is in here. Their tribulations in here. Their answers are in here for me, for you. Process it. You feel me? Process it. Look, you with the nasty pastor. You got what I'm saying? Let's go on finish up chapter 8. And yeah. Let's see if we can finish up chapter 8 with this read. 1, 2, 3, 4. We might. We're gonna have to push it. I'm gonna have to do lesser processing of something that stand out. But if we're gonna get out of chapter 8 and get into the final conclusion of Stolen Legacy, bear with me. If it's some important fruit in these last 1, 2, 3, 4 pages, I'm gonna have to stop and give it to you. I'm telling you, I'm gonna have to stop and give it to you. I'll be lesser of a man, of a god, of a child, of the demiurge if I don't give it to you. That's what. Of course, the Memphite theology, according to Frankfurt in his intellectual adventure of ancient man, does not mention the creation of planets. Nevertheless, since it was the method of the Egyptian to conceal the truth by the use of myths, parables, magical principles, number philosophy, and hieroglyphs, we can easily see what methods might be involved before we could arrive at a better translation of the Memphite theology. At any rate, the entire setting of the Memphite theology is astronomical, and what could be more natural than to expect an astronomical interpretation. It seems well within reason to regard the Ennead as the heliocentric system of history attuned to sun god, create 8 other gods or planets from his own body as the unmoved mover, a teaching which has been falsely attributed to Aristotle. Now, I believe that they added on. You know what I mean? We got into plagiarism on some other readings. You know what I mean? I think about 2 readings ago. So if you're just catching up or you're just tuning in, because this is something new to you, you know what I mean? Let's get to, going on back to the beginning of Stolen Legacy. You feel what I'm saying? And how the little bush dog, how the little bush bean dog said, going on, roll that beautiful footage. Yeah, roll that beautiful footage. You feel me? Alright, let's roll on. At any rate, the entire setting of the Memphite theology is astronomical, and what could be more natural than to expect an astronomical interpretation? It seems well within reason to regard the Ennead as the heliocentric system of history, attuned to sun god, creating 8 other gods or planets from his own body as the unmoved mover, a teaching which has been falsely attributed to Aristotle. You get it? I want to give it to you once again. Now, do you get it? You get why I'm talking about plagiarism, right? Alright. Alright. And when I explained to you about plagiarism, what did I say? If they take the mystery system word for word, you get what I'm saying? Word for word is direct plagiarism. But if you change some things up, it makes it what? Their own good. That's theirs. Anywho, B, the identity between the Egyptian sun god Atum and the atom of modern science. There are two things which I desire to point out in connection with the relationship between Atum, the Egyptian sun god, and the Atum of modern science. These things are the similarity of attributes and the similarity of names. The Egyptian god Atum means self-created, everything and nothing, a combination of positive and negative principles, all inclusiveness and emptiness, a demiurge possessing creative powers, the creator son. Now let's get into the next paragraph. Atum also means the all and the not yet being. As a god, Atum represents the principles of opposites, the atom, as the substratum of matter. According to Greek philosophy, is defined by Democritus as movement of that which is within that which is not. It therefore represents the principles of opposites and shows the identity between the Egyptian sun god and the substratum of matter. Furthermore, the atom is defined as the full and void, being and not being. And these definitions coincide with the everything and nothing and the all inclusiveness and emptiness in the Egyptian sun god. I don't see nothing there for real because it still goes back to the plagiarism part. Let's get into 2. The similarity of names shared by the Egyptian sun god and the atom of science. Now, with reference to the similarity of these two names, the first thing we should bear in mind is the fact that they both possess identical attributes. As has been already pointed out in section 1. And consequently, we are compelled to conclude that the atom of science is the identical name of the Egyptian sun god, the most ancient of gods except Ptah, who was present with Atum at creation. The second thing we should bear in mind is the fact that the name of the god Atum, sometimes spelled Atum, belongs to the cosmology of the Memphite theology, whose dates goes back to 4000 BC, when the Greeks were not even known. Consequently, we are compelled to conclude that the Greeks obtained both the original name and the attributes of the sun god Atum from the Egyptians. Now, I want to say this to you once again, you know what I mean, and I'm gonna pause this right here, you know, and we will be doing another read before we get out of chapter 8. Yeah, we will do another read before we get out of chapter 8. And I just want to say this to you again, you know what I mean? I'm going to do some cross-reference on you, you know what I mean? I was just in Exodus, and I'm explaining to you who Egyptians are. You got what I'm saying? And, you know, I've been posted and been said, you know what I mean, I believe that the word Egyptian came in when the Jews was allowed to sit on that throne and rule that throne for Alexander the Great. You understand me? For Alexander the Great. And the reason we got into that is because reason I spoke about that because I was trying to explain the word gypsies. You got what I'm saying? Because in Ramses, you know what I mean, in the reading of Ramses, I'm at a part where Ramses have 12 belly dancers around him, you know what I mean, bam, bam, bam. And the description that was made, it seemed like we're talking about gypsies. You got what I'm saying? Gypsy women. So I was getting into the part about, okay, boom, 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 bam, 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 the similarities and everything. And I went and I looked up The origin of the gypsies, and guess where it's at? Guess where it's at? It's over Asia. We already know, and I've already given you the origin of the Jews, and the Jews' origins is where? Over in Asia. You understand what I'm saying? You get it? You get it? Now, I don't know how it went. I don't know if a Jew and an Asian make a gypsy. I don't know. I don't know. But in the now, let's go get a 100% Asian and a 100% Jew, and let them go ahead on and get married, have sex, have a baby, and let's see what we get. The features should tell us something, right? The features should tell us something, right? Because when we look at these statues in Kemet, in ancient Egypt, in Upper Africa, it details the culture at that time, at that era of time that ruled in Kemet, in ancient Egypt, in Upper Africa. Look, you've been with the nasty pastor. I'm out, and I love you.